An XL scrub is about 7 gallons a minute of treatment, and we have a UV that can handle that. That's the UV XL. Inside the box you're going to find 2 clips for mounting the UV up here, a couple fittings, the stainless steel UV filter body. All of the UVs at GrowoniX are stainless steel. We don't believe in the plastic UVs, doesn't make a lot of sense. Inside the corner of this fold you'll find the bulb. Careful with it, very expensive long tube. And then underneath you'll find the ballast assembly. This, we'll set that aside for a minute. First thing I like to do with a UV is install the clips. And on an XL scrub you'll have 2 1/4 by 1/2 inch stainless black oxide socket cap screws on the top, and we're simply going to remove them. And then we're going to reinstall them, but this time with a clip underneath them. Quite simple. And then I'm going to take the UV body and thread in these 1/2 inch by 3/8 male connectors. Now these come from the GrowoniX factory, already pre-taped for you as a courtesy. So all you've got to do is thread them in. You can use a crescent wrench and just tighten them up. I'm going to leave them loose for now for this demonstration. And then I'm going to take the stainless body of this UV and just attach it to the clamps up top. Pops right in. Real simple. Again, we ship this thing with 3/8 tubing on the output. You're welcome to switch out the output fitting and install whatever you want, but because we ship it with 3/8, we're going to plumb it 3/8. And you're welcome to use these 3/8 stem elbows, which are kind of handy. And a UV is bidirectional, so there is no dedicated input and output. Either one works fine. As long as the water flows past the bulb at no faster than 6 or 7 gallons a minute, you'll treat the water just fine. And I'm going to plumb the input there and then the output of my XL scrub. So the output is going up over to here. It's going to travel through the stainless tube, contact the light, bacteria and organisms are going to die off, and then here's the output over here. And this can go over to your reservoir, storage tank, watering wand if you're going to feed by hand. The next step in installing UV is putting the bulb in. So we're going to remove the bulb from the package. I want to take the end caps of the UV and just turn them clockwise a little bit and make sure they're tight. Don't over tighten them. There is a glass sleeve inside. You don't want to crack it. I can show you what that looks like. There's a little glass sleeve here and a little O-ring on it. And so that O-ring is what seals the water in there. So you tighten this cap until you feel it touch the O-ring, and just a little turn, a little snugness, and that's all you need. Now that I'm sure the end caps are taut, I can insert this bulb. Now with all UVs, you never want to touch the glass of the bulb. It's okay to touch the ceramic end, but don't touch the glass. You'll shorten the life of the bulb with the oil on your finger. So you can touch the ceramic or plastic end of the bulb. These ones are ceramic. And what you want to do is just slide the bulb into the end cap that has a hole in it. One end cap is sealed, the other end cap has about a 5/8 hole. And we're going to slide the bulb in, not all the way, just until the ceramic cap is sticking out, because we need to plug in the ballast. Now these ballasts only plug in one way. They can only go on one way. So hold the bulb by the ceramic cap and then simply insert the plug end from the ballast like so. Now you can put the bulb in all the way, and you'll feel it bottom out against the end cap on the opposite end. Once you do, you can slide up the plastic sleeve. It's a retaining sleeve. Put it over the top, and you can even push the bulb in a little until it seats. Just a little note, remember, never fire up a UV bulb unless it's fully seated inside this housing. That's because you should never look into a UV lamp. It's harmful to the eyes. So never fire up a bulb outside of the housing. Now the final step in hooking up a UV is to plug it in. I know it doesn't sound complicated, but there's a few things to bring up. So when I plug in this UV, you're going to hear an audible beep. And then you're going to see a light illuminated here. Now, this light is important because it tells you that the lamp is working. So, why is that important? Because if that lamp is not working, it's not going to do its job, and then your water could be contaminated. Now, when you run this UV, you want to keep it on 24/7. Why is that? Because if you have bacteria or microbiology that you don't want in your feed water supply, and you turn this lamp off, well then the microorganisms could move their way through the UV into your storage tank. So you want to keep it on 24/7. And the replacement schedule on a UV is just 1 year, or whenever that bulb burns out. If it burns out before a year, replace it. But these bulbs are only good for about a year. And then they start losing their effectiveness. They get dimmer. So after a year, just pull the lamp out and put a new lamp in. That's the maintenance schedule on a UV. And just periodically check to make sure that the lamp is working, and you can see that by the light on the ballast. And that's it for installing a UV.